So, men, let's talk. Our husbands, our daddies. Hmm? Why do you people do this? I don't know. Why? Why do men do this? I understand right now I've overgeneralized because definitely not all men, would be guilty of this. However, I can see for a fact that most of you are guilty. I know because God, it's not possible that a lot of women that I know share the same opinion and have the same experience with this same thing about you people. Come on, man. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who made you people our human providers and protectors, know in his infinite wisdom and knowledge that you all are strong enough to deal with a lot of things that men would have to deal with. So we the women in your lives also know that yes, you're strong enough to basically handle the bulk of those things, especially those that you have been obligated to take on. But it's okay to fall sick, it's okay to break down, and it's okay to get treated. It's okay to get treated. Stop telling us every time, oh, I just want to sleep. Once I sleep, it goes away. And then you sleep, you wake up, it's not going away. You still want to, oh, don't worry, I'll sleep it off. Are you scared of the hospital? I don't know, but like, seriously? No, 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 no. It's not cool. We don't like it. We don't like to see you sick, to be honest, because for the bulk of time, we're used to seeing you, you know, strong. We're used to seeing you dealing with things, handling things. So when we now see that you're struggling with your health, and we know there is an option to, to come out of it, and then you're rejecting that, we don't like it. And we are just looking forward to you doing things, halal things that can just, ease it for you as soon as possible. But then you people make it a little difficult. Why? Oh my God, it's not funny. Ha! You see, like my own husband, there's still something he says to date. He'll be like, I've never been admitted before. I've never taken a drip before. Until until is usually that until I made him do. In a way, I made him do, and I am very happy that I did because it was a time I was very down. I had just had a baby. I was not really myself. I had a baby to take care of. I had myself to, be strong for and all of that. At that time, it was a lot on everyone, and it took a toll on him, I would say, and then he broke down. And then I'm telling this man, oh, I think we need to go to the hospital. He said, oh, no, don't worry. It's stress. I'll just sleep it off. I'm used to that line, usually. I'm very much used to that line, pretty much. So I said, okay, let's see. The next day, the same thing. I don't really see him to be getting better, even after sleeping, because I mean, if he wakes up, he will still go to the office. That's the thing. The third day, Qatar flu. Let me say, flu had already added to his struggles. You know, my room. I was with my mom and my newborn in the room then, so he was in the other room. I could hear that he was, when you're clearing his, nostrils and throats. And I was like, this is really going to affect this person's sleep. And I know that my husband, oh, he doesn't joke with his sleep. To be honest, sleep is his number one medicine, and something like that is really going to affect his sleep. And for someone who was already not feeling well, it's only going to add to the existing problem. So I met him and I was like, oh, I think you should steam. He said, okay, no problem. And I know that no problem is, I'm not going to do it. But of course, he doesn't want to argue it, and he also doesn't want to, stress me, I guess. And then I left. But I've been with this person for years, so I know that he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. So I had to. I was very tired. I had to okay, just go boil water, add a little eucalyptus. Is it eucalyptus? I don't know, but Silverbed, that's the brand. Add I think 2 drops of the oil, and then took it to him. At this point, he had no choice than to stand up and do the steaming. And I went to blanket and everything, and he did the steaming, and then I discarded the water. And Alhamdulillah, he was so grateful because he really needed it, but he was not going to do it because to him, let me just sleep it off. So he was grateful, so grateful that, oh, at least his throats, his nostrils, the airways are clearer now and he could sleep. Now, I told him that night that if you wake up tomorrow, inshallah, and I notice that you don't feel as much better as I expect you to, to feel. I mean, it's 3 days already, and you've been, saying, let me sleep it off, let me sleep it off. We are going to the hospital. He said, oh, don't worry, I feel better now. Even with this steaming I've done, I feel much better. So I know that if I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be fine. I said, okay, inshallah, let's see how it goes. The next day we woke up, he was burning up. So added symptom. He was running temperature. So I said, oh, you're running temperature. He said, oh, don't worry. If I do this, I said, see, at that point, I wasn't even taking chances. I was not listening, and I was not going to do anything he asked me to do at that time. I was going to do what I feel needs to be done because, you man, I don't know. I don't know if you're scared of hospital. I don't know if you're scared of getting treated. I don't know. Or you just feel like anyhow, somehow, you're being, strong, macho. We just take you through, even illnesses. I mean, it does work. He rests sometimes and it gets better. But this obviously wasn't going. So I just booked a ride. When the driver was around, I told him, oh, the driver is here. He said, oh, you booked it? I said, yes, I did. Let's just go to the hospital. We'll go together. We'll just see the doctor. Let's just, if he says you're fine, we can just come back together, right? So, Alhamdulillah, I will say Alhamdulillah because if he decide not to still go, like, oh, I'm still not going, I'll have to cancel the ride. There's something I would have done, but he definitely didn't want my efforts to go in vain. So he was like, okay, let's go. So we left. I left my baby. My baby was like 3 weeks. So we left to the hospital. Then we got there, they ran tests, and they said, oh, these results are not results to just give medication for, right? He needed to be admitted and watched for at least 2 days. Can you imagine? And this was exactly what my man was going to manage with just sleep. It's going to go away. I mean, I understand, and I'm a team natural. I love the natural option of things. But when you see that this is going beyond what you can just manage with natural things, I think you should meet your doctor. Anyways, so he was admitted. So apparently that's the first time in his life that he would be admitted, and that's the first time in his life that he would be on drips. And he hasn't stopped talking about it. I've never been admitted in my life. Most important thing was that 2 days in the hospital, the third day it was almost as if he hasn't been sick because he was up. He was really up. And he returned to the office the next day. Can you imagine? And he was so grateful that, he really needed it, but he didn't even know like how much he needed it. And I'm like, whoever came up with that term, men are babies. I don't know if you did us a favor or you caused us problems because they are really big babies. You know how you're feeling, you're not feeling good, and this is not like my dad was like that too. So just like I married a mini version of my dad. My mommy, will be like, oh, you're not okay. My dad will say, don't worry. Let me just make hot. Let me take something hot. And I'm like, how is something hot going to take care of maybe malaria or whatever it is that is wrong with you? But then he'll be like, oh, don't worry. Let me just rest it off. So I don't know. I think this is a man thing. Please. Because when you are sick, we are mini sick. Anyway, so why are you people like this? If you're a woman watching and you're spoken with your man, what is his reason? I mean, why are they like this? Really, I don't know. They say happy wife, happy life, right? But if the husband is sick, can there be a happy wife? No. So please, don't be sick, okay? Anyways, until my next video, bye.